breakdown.
Now.
It's 7 a.m.
It's 7 a.m. Time for the opening drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico.
For 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck.
Well, maybe there's something in those chicky nuggets. How come they don't run that commercial anymore, by the way? And how come the Nuggets never grasped it like I do? Embraced it. Loved on being... I guess I understand why. Nuggets are alive. More alive than the sound of music, Bob. I'm not sure the kids are going to get that reference, but the Hills were alive back in the day. 128-109, Nikola Jokic, MVP. 38 points to go with 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Dame Lillard, 42 in a big Nuggets victory. The Bucks were winners last night. Huge, 132-98. That's your NBA playoffs. What's up to you? Lot to do on a Tuesday. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. Welcome to the opening drive. How you living?
What it do? Good morning, everybody.
Good. I mean, feel better? A little Nuggets victory last night. I know you're a little nervous about that series. Should be, by the way. You're not
nervous? So the Blazers are the better team at this moment in time. And last night it was just 2 MVP candidates. Even though Dame is not one of the 3 finalists, he's absolutely an MVP caliber player. Trading halves. 32 points in the first half, 8 3-pointers made. Little adjustment in the second half. They threw some size on him. Aaron Gordon took over the majority of the time guarding Dame Lillard. He only had 10 points in the second half. And for Jokic, he continued to step up and lead that team offensively. And it was just 2 guys going toe-to-toe on the floor. And the Nuggets were able to pull away because they limited everyone else. It was a solid defensive performance from the Nuggets last night.
Yeah. So do you think that the adjustment means they maybe figured something out? Because I don't. They figured something out for a half, and for him to light them up the way he did in the first half, they decided to put size on him in the second half, and they quieted him. I don't know. Shutting down's may be a little extreme. They quieted him. So the adjustment now, ball is in Portland's court on how to figure out how to do something with that, because I got to believe Terry Stott, I'm sorry, Michael, that's not Mike, Michael Malone, thinks he's figured something out on Lillard. It's now up to Terry Stott and that staff to figure something out on how to get their guy free.
Yeah, but it's a chess game now between the 2 coaches. There's the little adjustments that now Portland is going to adjust to going into Game 3 back home, when they'll have the energy to start that contest back in Portland. And for the Nuggets, it's continuing to figure out. For them, it's still going to be about the defensive effort, and then can someone else rise to the occasion for them to win this series? Jokic is going to get his, but he has 6 assists through 2 games. He had 1 assist in Game 1, 5 assists last night, and that is not the way that they usually play. That is not the way Jokic usually plays. So he's stepping up, doing what he has to do, taking over the offense, which he can, but they need someone else to hit some shots.
Michael Porter Jr. last night had, it just flipped on me, he had 18. And Millsap came off the bench for 15. To your point, somebody else has got to score. 12 points here and there, 13 there. Aaron Gordon. Yes, because you're not going to have Jamal Murray being able to do it for you every night. So that series is tied 1-1. The other one was nuts. I mean, just over nuts. Like not nuts crazy good, almost nuts crazy bad. Milwaukee feels like they're trying to make a statement. And if so, I'm starting to buy it. 132-98. They beat up on the Heat yesterday. This thing, they scored 46 in the first quarter, not first half. 46 in the first quarter, 78 at halftime, and this thing was good night now. Milwaukee looks like the team that, in some respects, I think people expected in the last couple playoffs when they got in. And now, because that was their reputation, and I'll fall into this boat, and I'll gladly tell you I did. I didn't buy it. I'm not sure I'm totally sold yet. I think they get through this series now that they're up 2-0, and they are putting something on to Miami, who I just think Miami's got so much dog in them. I'm surprised that this is a team that got beat down like that. But this is the team that I expected to see the last couple of years. This feels like a team that is just saying, look, we're going to make a statement. You were talking about how tough their path is, right? They got to go through them, and then was Brooklyn would be next. And if they can dispose of this team early and Brooklyn plays a longer series, you start to look at that a little differently, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think Brooklyn's going to be playing a longer series
I don't either.
against the Celtics. Last night was absolutely a statement game. You're waiting for that from Milwaukee. Yeah, Miami's tough, but this ain't the bubble Heat. Like, Milwaukee should be doing that to the Heat. Like, you look at Miami, they are the good job, good effort team. Giannis, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton should be running away with this first-round series. And, yeah, it's going to be tough at times like it was in Game 1 where they had to win it in overtime. But yesterday it was the bench, 61 points. Ryan Forbes went off in that first half with the three-point shots that Milwaukee was making. But that's what I expect out of this Bucks team. Like, everything is there for them to go toe-to-toe in the second round with the Brooklyn Nets. But they needed to not have a long drag-out series with the Heat in the first round.
And if they're up 2-0 and just dominated yesterday, win by 34, and honestly, it wasn't that close. It wasn't as close as 34 points, 132-98, as they put a pummeling on them. Forbes from
Michigan State.
Cleveland State. Cleveland State.
Cleveland State.
Cleveland State. Cleveland State. Isn't that right? Pretty sure I think that's right. He came off the bench for 22 points last night and did it for him. College, Cleveland State, third season.
He started at Cleveland State, transferred to Michigan State.
Oh, but he gets Cleveland State credit. I mean, so are we both right?
We are both correct.
Or am I wrong again? And I mean,
No, I think that's a double correct answer.
All right. Tonight, you get some more. We'll get into it. And you get your NBA stuff, and you're ready to go. Topes win last night. They get their third in a row. Did they win 5 out of 6?
That's a series victory.
That's a series victory. After starting the way they started, and I don't know, Warren Schaefer will be with us tomorrow, I believe. The hitting coach, they got a day game today. Their hitting coach is not there or something, so he's doing double duty, I believe. So we typically will probably, on days that there's a day game, like there is today, by the way, 12, what are they starting, 12:30? That's the wrong one. Or is it? They play today, 12:30 today. 12 o'clock? 12:30. Day game. I should have this right here, shouldn't I? They'll be there for you. 11:45 will start. Noon start. 11:45 on the radio. You going out for a day game? Lunch at the ballpark today? 86 degrees.
Sounds pretty good today.
Does it sound nice?
It does.
This is about time. This is the kind of stuff you should be bringing. Child, maybe introduce him to the ball game, a little day game. What does he nap?
Late afternoon, so it's not a big
So this would be good. I want to nap late afternoon, Bob. When do I get to start my late afternoon naps?
10 o'clock.
Yeah, right. That means my day's over. All right, we got other stuff that we'll hit. You'll see a lot of NBA stuff today on the George Floyd. Again, anniversary feels like the wrong word. This will mark 1 year today since George Floyd was killed. And so you'll see a lot of that today. And if you want to get in on that, you're welcome to do that as well. The other stuff we're going to talk a lot about is guys making news with their buddies on TV yesterday. Did you watch Kenny Mayne yesterday?
Yeah.
Last Sports Center? Kenny Mayne's terrific. I don't know what you think of
fantastic.
Kenny Mayne. Yeah, I think Kenny Mayne's terrific. And it was his last Sports Center, so he had some of his buddies on, and Aaron Rodgers came on. And I don't know what Aaron Rodgers really said. To me, the crux, and I haven't really dove into the headlines of what people are telling me he said. What he said to me was, A, a lot of nothing. But B, the biggest thing he said is, I really like Jordan. This isn't about Jordan Love or them drafting him. He's a good kid. I like him. I like working with him. It was about philosophy, which really points at the GM, which really, without naming Brian what's his name? Brian G. Say, whoever the guy is. That's where he was going with it. And I listened to it. I don't know that Aaron came off doing himself a bunch of favors. If you were on the other side of this, you probably stayed on the other side. If you were on Aaron's side, you probably stayed on Aaron's side of this. What did you take out of that? Because to me, it was nice of him to come on and give Kenny a little something and stroke Kenny a little bit. But the biggest thing that came out of me is I'm not mad at Jordan Love.
He doesn't like someone
that's right
within the organization, whether it's a GM or head coach. there is a relationship that is soured, and it doesn't feel like Aaron Rodgers cares to fix it.
Yeah, and it really feels to me like he's going to end up in Denver. Like every day that goes by, do you not get more and more of that feeling that he's going to end up in Denver? I know you don't want to feel that way because.
Well, I don't know what Aaron wants, because it's the other reports. Like when we get to the Julio Jones stuff, like it came out a couple months ago. He requested a trade from the organization. Yeah. Has Aaron done that, or has he just expressed his displeasure? Has he said he wanted out? Like, 'cause that's the one thing we really haven't known to this point. If he has officially said, "I'm done here, and you need to trade me,"
I don't know that he's done the Julio Jones thing, and he had his opportunity, right? Mm-hmm. This is the first time he's spoken about it. I don't know that he's told them flat out, "Look, I'm done. I'm not coming back here. You better figure it out." Wasn't there 3 teams before the draft? Was it Denver, Vegas, and San Francisco? Now, where did that come from? Was that just an Adam Schefter pulling out of his lower crevice? Well, because it came from somewhere. And I don't know if that was Aaron telling somebody who told Adam Schefter that these are the 3 teams where I would go. And bottom line, I don't know that he gets to dictate all this. I got a lot of thoughts on it, and I know we got to take this break, so we'll do that. But we're gonna come back and talk a little bit about what Aaron says, and it's about philosophy, and not about Jordan Love. And he's a great kid, and I like Jordan, and it's not about them drafting him. And the kid had his opportunity to say that, and at this point, he's got nothing to lose by saying what he thinks. So I know there's some Packer fans out there, and you feel a certain way. 505-246-0610 is how to get to us today. 505-246-0610. Emails come in this morning, as they do every morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. On the Twitter, _JJ Buck. Follow JJ because it's a great follow. Watch the show. Facebook, the OD in the AM. Aaron is in this morning. Man, it's Tuesday, and all 4 of them have been there already. And it's Tuesday, and all 4 of them have sat in that chair on the ProView Network side. It's the opening drive. Glad you're with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Steal coming in. Can she get the points?
As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West. Puts it up on the layup. Scores.
Especially the team like Navajo Prep with so many weapons.
3 to beat the horn. Yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover. Henderson in transition. Going to slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in. Talia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
This will be interesting. I think just the reaction today, and Aaron Rodgers will sit back and just kind of smile and watch the remnants of the bomb he dropped yesterday. And this newspapers in Wisconsin will lose their minds. And what does it mean? And where's Aaron Rodgers going? Go ahead on the thoughts you had though in regards to Aaron Rodgers speaking yesterday. And again, if you missed it, Kenny Mayne had his last Sports Center yesterday, and I'm glad they gave him that, by the way. You know, a lot of times when they decide that you're not going to be around anymore, you don't get that. They kind of say, here's a couple boxes, clean out your stuff. I know you've been here 26 years. They celebrated Kenny, and I think it was made pretty well known that ESPN made the decision that Kenny Mayne was done, and so I give them some credit for giving him that show, because a lot of times you don't get that.
As they should have.
No, absolutely.
Fantastic. He had some of the best pieces. His humor, the way he interacted with athletes and coaches and other people was awesome.
He, his dry sense of humor, I'm not taking this too seriously kind of a thing, was unique. In that era when those guys were coming up, and it was Olbermann, and it was Patrick, and it was Stuart Scott, and all of them good in their own right? All of them very, very good, very unique. The difference between Kenny was he always kind of looked at it as a bit of or it made you think he was looking at it as almost a joke.
Yeah.
Look what we're doing. And it is. And you know, those guys were all into their lines, and they were all very good at it. There's no right or wrong way to do it. They were all kind of doing the same thing differently while he was doing something different. Does that make sense? Yeah. They were doing the same thing differently, but he was doing something different as they were all doing it. And I thought he was great in Seattle. I think he was at KSTW, if I'm not mistaken. I was up in the Northwest when he was up there, and he was good buddies with a really dear friend of mine who passed away, Rod Simon. And Rod Simons. And I always thought Kenny was great back then. But anyway, that was really the point. Aaron Rodgers comes on. So where does this go today, do you think? Is this now they got to turn back to the Packers and say, okay, he's unhappy with philosophy. You know, Murphy, who's the team president, the GM. What are you guys going to do about it? Now we think we know why Aaron is unhappy. It's not about Jordan Love. It's about you and your philosophy. What are you going to do? And
the philosophy of not spending enough money. The philosophy of Aaron did not want to be on the other side of what got him the job in the first place when they did this to Brett Favre. Maybe pushed him out before he was totally done. And that's what ultimately I keep coming back to is Aaron can say he likes Jordan Love, but that was the straw that broke the camel's back because he saw, oh, they're doing to me what happened to Brett. And I'm going to be the one that takes control of this decision and not let Green Bay push me out of here. And that's what it feels like. He can say he's fine with Jordan Love. Right. That's great. But it really goes back to that
having
moment.
Jordan Love there, right? What does the philosophy mean? Or is it the philosophy of not drafting defense first for 10 out of the last 11 years? Is it the philosophy of not finding a receiver? Is it the philosophy, to your point, of having the guy to push me out the door, just like, well, you got me here to push the other guy out the door? All of that is fair. This is what we're going to say. This is Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers' words.
It never been about the draft picking Jordan. I love Jordan. He's a great kid. You know, a lot of fun to work together. I love the coaching staff, love my teammates. You know, I love the fan base in Green Bay. It's incredible 16 years. It's just kind of about a philosophy, you know, and maybe forgetting that it is about the people that make the thing go. It's about character. It's about culture. It's about doing things the right way.
Whatever that means. That courtesy is ESPN that was on SportsCenter with Kenny Mayne yesterday. So what does that mean? If Rodgers doesn't report next month to minicamp, he didn't report to the OTAs. Those are optional. What are team activities? That what OTA is? Optional team activities, hence optional. But he's always been there. They have minicamp next week, which is not optional. If he doesn't report, he's subject to being fined over $93,000, $15,500 for the first missed day, $31,000 plus for the second missed day. It goes to $46,000 for the third missed day, and on and on. It would get even more expensive if he misses training camp. Right? He may not be there. Right? There's a mandatory fine of $50,000 per day. Crazy numbers. You miss work, it's $50,000. I don't know what he wants with Brian Gutekunst. If he wants him removed as a condition of his return, I don't know how the team can let that happen, with all due respect. I don't know how you can set a precedent of letting any player say, I'm not coming back. And I get who this guy is. Believe me, I understand that he is the MVP and one of the best quarterbacks in this game. And quarterback, it stirs this drink. But I don't know how you can set a precedent of saying, yeah, we got a guy in place that we believe in. And obviously they do. But we're going to let a player dictate who goes. Now, the same thing, if it's him or me, how can you choose the GM over an MVP quarterback? And I understand where they are.
For Rodgers, it's hard when he says that to buy into. He totally believes everything that he just put out there. That I don't think he has a problem with his teammates at all. But then to say, oh, he loves the coaching staff, he loves this or that. Obviously not, because you're still here with all these coded messages, still not saying what's up. Do you want to be traded? Do you want to play for the Packers? Like, what is it at this point in time that you want to have happen? And I do not think Green Bay is going to remove a general manager just because Aaron Rodgers wants them to. Because ultimately, you look, this team's been to back-to-back NFC championship games. They are still a really good football team. Aaron Rodgers just won an MVP. Yeah. And I'm not... Like, they should be building that defense. Yeah. Like, the draft picks were not wrong because it got them to that point in time. You just won an MVP. Do you want a little more? Would you have liked to have a little bit more that Tom Brady has? Sure. But guess what? You were still like one possession away.
And by the way, that one possession, that guy who probably should have run the ball in. Right now, it's easy to sit here and say it, sitting on my couch. I get that, man. I get that. And I'm sure he's looked at it and said, dang, why didn't I run it in? I think all that's right. I look at this from last night, and I think, did he do himself any favors last night? Does Aaron Rodgers come out looking better this morning than he did yesterday morning? Does Packer fan, and I don't know that he gives a damn, to be honest with you, okay? I think you get to a point where it's like, I'm Aaron Rodgers, I don't care, right? Aaron Rodgers is going to be fine. Aaron Rodgers is going to play football, whether it's for the Packers next year or for the Broncos or for the Raiders or for somebody else. Or he's going to do Jeopardy, or he's going to do Jeopardy. And he's going to do whatever the hell he wants. And he'll be in a movie, and he's going to go to the Kentucky Derby, and he's going to get married, and he's going to be fine. All that said, I'm not sure I think he came out looking any better yesterday. I think he came out looking more, indecisive, trying to be the smartest guy in the room. He's not Alex Trebek yet. He's not the smartest guy in the room yet.
Doesn't have all the answers in front of him yet.
No, and I'm not sure his coy trying to match wits with Kenny Mayne last night made him look any better. I look at him now and I'm just going, okay, the only thing that made him look better, whether you believe it or not, is he said publicly, I got no problem with Jordan Love. I like him. Because I think there was this perception that he was this pouty kid that was treating Jordan Love like crap. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if he is or not, but at least he put it out there that I got no problem with him. I like him. I like working with him. He's a good kid. I like him. He was in that same spot. Aaron Rodgers was Jordan Love 16 years ago. He was that exact spot with Brett Favre. So maybe he can commiserate with Jordan Love. Jordan Love didn't do anything to him. Jordan Love didn't ask to get drafted by the Packers. Jordan Love didn't get asked to be put in that situation. If you'd asked Jordan Love, he probably would have found 25 other spots in that league where he would have rather landed than to be in this situation. Like, this isn't on Jordan Love, and I think there's a piece of Aaron, and I'm glad he said it last night, that realizes that is at least it feels like he's not taking out on Jordan Love. So in that respect, that's the only respect I feel he came out looking any better. Other than that, all right, so you want to get someone fired. All right, man.
I keep coming back to the philosophy, to me, means just that. The situation that Aaron and Brett went through, he saw it happening again. He saw them laying the foundation for, all right, this is our future. Aaron's 37 years old. He's still playing great. Brett is not going to be a quarterback for the next 10 years. And so Rodgers, been there, done that, knows what it's like. And he's going to say, you know what, Green Bay? I still feel I am elite, and I am going to make this decision and not allow you to make it for me.
Is there anybody in that organization, aside from ownership, and maybe it's ownership, and ownership is that community, right? Is there anybody in that organization who was there 16 years ago? Is anybody the same? Like if there was a guy, if their GM, their president was the same, even if they had an owner, right? But they don't have an owner. They're community owned. This is the Packers, right? I mean, every one of us knows someone who owns the damn Packers. Somebody's got that little certificate who owns one sliver of the Packers, right? Because they're a publicly owned company, right? You probably do. I probably do. Right? We all do. So I get where you're coming from. This was done to him 16 years ago. But by the same token, I sit here and think, is there anybody left? And I don't believe there is. That's how they did it then, so they're going to do it to me now. And I get it, right? I mean, he lived it, and he's living it from the other side, and it sure as hell doesn't feel good from this side. It doesn't look good. I'm sure it didn't look good and feel good from that side.
It's the same thing. Late first-round pick quarterback, you have a franchise star at the position, and you're saying, all right, couple years, we'll see.
Yeah, no, it sucks. Basically, they brought me in to push out Brett Favre, who was a legend, and now they brought this kid to push me out, and, well, I'm kind of a legend too, right? I mean, I don't know if you say that to yourself. What do you say to yourself? Oh, I'm all that. I'm a legend. I don't even have a nickname yet, but I'm a legend. I just, JJ, I think you're right, but as I dissect it and look at it logically, I understand why he would feel that way, but who's there that there's no one left?
Yeah, there's no one left, but it's the same thing.
I know.
It doesn't matter if there's not anyone left. They just took a quarterback in the first round, so what does that mean for you?
Exact same thing. I know. All right, 505-246-0610. And Packer fan, I know you're there. Football fan, I know you're there. And you're already sending me emails, which is good. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. We'll get more into Aaron Rodgers. We got to get into Julio Jones as well. On the phone, on a speakerphone with Shannon Sharp, a weird way that one went down, too. That had to be...
Feels like a setup.
Yeah, you think? I got a setup for you. I got a great setup for you. If you're not feeling well, if you're feeling sluggish, maybe you don't sleep well, you're not feeling well, you're dealing with low T, erectile dysfunction. Gentlemen, here's what I can tell you about that. And I think you already know. It's natural. Men reach a certain age, and the odds that we're going to be affected by some of this is pretty real. But there's a place where you can go. It's local, that can help you deal with all of this, that help fight nature, and it's New Mail. You can visit New Mail and feel better. The number is 505-652-1688. That's 505-652-1688. Or you can go to newmail, NUMALE.com. Look, New Mail leads the way in men's health, and they have for years. They are the originators. There's a bunch of companies out there that have tried to jump on the train. They're not as good as the people who initiated this procedure, got out in front of it, and continue to be on the cutting edge of testosterone replacement. The process is easy. The process is comfortable. The process is right here in town. But the best part of the process is it works. The results are real. Call and make an appointment. The number is 505-652-1688. I get it now. Sometimes the toughest part is making the first part, making the call. Picking up the phone. Don't put it off. Pick up the phone, make the call. Fellas, it's time to feel like you. Time to feel well again. New Mail will help you. The number is 505-652-1688, or visit newmail.com and feel like you again.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a roux.
Well, the NBA has now told us why they did not quarantine LeBron James. We'll get there as well. What's up, y'all? Merry Tuesday to you. Smooth jazz on KNML. The opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Waking up on a Monday. What day is today? Tuesday? Is it Tuesday?
Yes,
Robert
it
Cass?
is.
I got your doppelganger, and it was sent to me by Gopher. He says, he sent me a picture of Mick Fleetwood, which is actually really good.
Yeah.
Tell me if the OD producer is not this guy's twin. So I just sent it over to Bob. He says, that's a handsome guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Good-looking guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Kind of looks like you, doesn't it? Who knew you were
very
Mick
much.
Fleetwood?
I've kept that identity secret all this time, and now you've blown it.
But the Viper Pit never told you that, did they?
No, they didn't.
See, they never did the investigative journalism that we do over here. Yeah.
No. So thanks, Gopher.
You should just play a bunch of Fleetwood Mac songs and explain to Eric why that is. I don't even know if he'll catch on.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to save this picture. So.
Yeah. Dan wants to know, how was Ho Friday, Jeffrey? This was the first ever in-studio Ho with Juan Jose surrounded by superstars Bobcat and Nedward Abraham James. That might be right. I I forgot to call in. I just didn't call you, on Friday. I had a pretty good Friday.
You're on vacation.
Yeah, I took a day, and 8 o'clock would be 9 o'clock there. I think I had an 8:30 tea time at Troon North.
You're busy.
Rough life.
Yeah, not really. It was good. Although it was a tough golf course.
Yeah.
I mean, it was it was like work.
That's work?
Well,
Why do you play it then?
It was like work. It was, I had to think my way through that golf course. New golf course, target golf a lot. Put the driver away. I one putted the first 5 holes, dude. It was insane. Birdie number 4, I was on fire, and then I became me again. I forgot it. I remembered who I was. All right, we're talked about Aaron Jones. The other one is Aaron Jones. Aaron Rodgers. The other one is Julio Jones. And Julio went on with his buddy, Shannon Sharp, in a weird one, JJ. So this one was like on a speakerphone. They were on the air to make it look like what? Like Julio just kind of told Shannon. I don't even know. But bottom line is, Julio had been publicly quiet about what's going on while there had been stuff. This is a 32-year-old guy who's really, really good. I don't know at 32 you can get a first-round pick for him, especially with his salary. But he was on with Shannon Sharp on, what's the show called? Undisputed on Fox. And he didn't hesitate to answer the question. Quote, "Nah, I'm out of there, man. That was it. Boom." I mean, that's pretty clear. I don't know that you need to look into philosophy and who he's mad at. I'm done, basically. That was a weird setup, that whole thing.
Yes, it felt like they had a conversation beforehand. Like, yo, Julio, I'm going to call you on live TV, put you on speakerphone.
Yep.
Because you just don't do that to someone without letting them know what's up.
Oh, that's right, if you're ever going to talk to him again.
And especially, and I saw someone point this out, no expletives were said in the conversation. Which, when you think about it, when you're on your phone with your friends, a lot of times, sometimes things just slip out of your mouth, right? Like, oh, what's up, man? Oh, yeah, this bleep is happening. Yeah. Pretty clean conversation just happening immediately on live TV.
Well, and even Aaron Rodgers dropped a few bleeps on there. Yeah. Did you see the end of that interview?
Even Kenny Mayne did.
Even Kenny Mayne did. That was classic.
So it feels like a setup. But Julio, much like we've seen Aaron Rodgers do in not so direct way, he dances around a question, but he's out there.
Yeah.
This is the first time Julio has said, all right, like we're
done.
Done with Atlanta. I mean, reports are he already told the organization a couple months ago. And I think he saw it. It's like, I'm an aging out wide receiver, still good, but owed a lot of money on his deal, and just putting a little bit more pressure on the Falcons to get something done.
All right. So I no matter how it came out, whatever the format was, the bottom line is the content here. And the content is Julio Jones is done. How good is Julio Jones at 32 years old when he's a good, strong, effective, really good receiver on the backside, right? Or is he still in his prime, do you think?
Well, it's all about availability.
Okay.
Because when he's on the field, he still is fantastic.
Yeah, but he's not on the field a lot. So with his salary, which is ridiculous, there's no way, like you're eating a ton just to take him on. Just to take his salary, right? There's no way you can turn around and give a 1 and then spend that money, right? There's no way.
No, this is a luxury move for a team.
For who?
If they can do what they need for a year or two to spread some cap around.
Who can do that? What if Green Bay said, "Here's our philosophy,
right?
Here, and we're getting Julio Jones."
That's what it would be,
right?
It'd be, all right, what can we do to restructure this contract to somehow stretch it out, but make sure Julio's happy and we fit him in? Because
and
the $15 million chunk, there's only like 4 or 5 teams that could actually just take that on immediately.
And satisfy what Atlanta wants. And I don't think Atlanta's going to get satisfied in this thing. I just see no way that somebody's going to satisfy them and give them what they want. I think they can get a second. But I can't justify giving up a first and then spending $15 million on salary.
I agree with you.
So he can tell me he's done all he wants, and it's going to look really bad if they don't make a move. And to get paid, he's got to go to Atlanta. I mean, the bottom line is these gentlemen, like we all do. There's nothing. I'm not telling you that there's something wrong with. We like to get our paychecks. We work for a living. It's what we do. This gentleman would like to get his paycheck, and to get his paycheck, he's going to have to go to work, right? Mm-hmm. And so, while he tells me he's done, there's a chance he still ends up in Atlanta.
Absolutely, to get that $15 million. And it's what it feels like with Julio Jones is he doesn't think that team is as close to winning as the Falcons feel they are with Matt Ryan.
They were bad last year.
Because if you run it back offensively, you think you can get another year or two out of Matt Ryan. You tell him, all right, he's got Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones, and Kyle Pitts. All right, you can get something done.
Yeah, they just drafted a stud tight end. A stud tight end. Offensively, they should be good. All right, we're going to talk football coming up at 8 o'clock. Nate Davis is the quarterback of the Duke City Gladiators. Bobcat's going to call him coming up at 8 o'clock. We're going to put him on the radio. He had a big game in the Gladiators' first game in the IFL. A victory over a team that's been in that league for a long time, the Iowa Barnstormers. They went on the road and won in overtime. Home opener out in Rio Rancho coming up this weekend, so we'll talk with Nate Davis. That's coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. We'll get more football in when we get back. I want your thoughts on Julio. Where does he play? On Aaron Rodgers, where does he play? I also will let you know what the NBA said in regards to why LeBron James was not quarantined after he was at a tequila promotion party, maskless event. Oh my goodness. So all that's coming up.
Speaking of philosophy, you might need to change some philosophy with your fitness. And I'm telling you that, yeah, I needed that extra spark. I needed that change. I needed something that I can commit to on my schedule. And it only takes 45 minutes. Let me tell you about F45 training. F45 training is high-intensity circuit training. It's fast, fun, and results-driven. You're going to get a fantastic workout that you're going to find a way to fit in your schedule. There's a lot going on, so much more now with everyday life, getting back to the office, practice, school, dropping off kids there, picking up things over here. With F45, it just takes 45 minutes out of your schedule to get in a fantastic workout and start feeling better about your fitness. So check them out at F45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Check out the Northeast Heights location. It's located Holly, Northeast 5920, right there, Paseo I-25. So it's good access from wherever you're coming from in town. With F45 training, they just switched it up. And they got a new program coming at you weekly, hitting different strength works, cardio workouts, upper body day, lower body day. So you're not going to do the same thing over. And if you like to go multiple days per week, which what the whole plan is, right? You're going to get that full body workout. You're not going to be doing things back to back where you can end up hurting yourself. So F45 training is fantastic with their certified trainers there at every class to help motivate and modify the exercises if needed. The atmosphere is awesome, and you're going to love it because it just takes 45 minutes to get a fantastic workout and start bettering your health right now. So check them out at F45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradies.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Here's the steal coming in. Can she get the point? As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West. Puts it up on the layup. Scores.
Especially the team like Navajo Prep with so many weapons.
Three to beat the horn. Yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover. Henderson in transition. Gonna slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in. We get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the
My goodness!
Chavez hits one.
Thought of Julio to the Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers, and then, but do that after they trade Aaron.
You happy?
Yeah, you happy now?
They traded Aaron Rodgers for Julio Jones.
Yeah, how about that? You like a philosophy now? We got a receiver. Actually, I think he would like that. He would like that. Then he gets Calvin Ridley, and he's got Kyle Pitts, and they had a couple other young receivers that they were running through Atlanta.
Go lose to Tom Brady in the regular season
on a regular basis. Yeah. You can see him a few times a year. Yeah, I think that'll be right. All right, 505-246-0610, top of the hour. We'll talk Gladiators. They get their home opener. Isotopes were winners last night, Bobcat. 3 in a row, 5 out of 6. Day game today, lunch at the ballpark, and another big night for Josh.
3-2 pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman. Over to his right is Bertram. He's got it. Throws to first. Ball game over. The Albuquerque Isotopes have won it. 9-2 is the final. And the Isotopes have clinched their first series win of the season.
Josh got a little more pep in his voice these days, doesn't he? It's more fun covering a winning team. Well, you
got to win 4 to get a series victory these days.
What would you know about covering a losing team?
AAA West.
You cover wins championships. Every team you do play-by-play for wins championships.
There's been a few.
Yeah, every one. You did women's basketball for a year, chicken dinner. You did women's soccer for a year, chicken dinner. Yeah. Anybody else? Anything I missed that doesn't?
Softball games.
All right. There was no chicken dinner there. No. They got grilled cheese. I mean, whatever that even means. All right. I got emails in, and you can send them. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. People are still talking about Phil. Did you read John Feinstein's piece in the Washington Post? We'll hit on that a little bit later. There's really good perspective on what Phil did and what it means in regards to the big picture and everything. But Carl said, Saturday night I felt if someone was going to beat Phil, Jeff, they were going to come from the grandstand side. Brooks Koepka had to feel like he was getting ready to play Game 7 on the road. He was checking his suitcase to make sure he had his dark uniforms packed. I hadn't felt like that since Tiger last stepped on the court with fans allowed. That's why I told you. The reaction that crowd had, and to me it was a combination of a number of things, and it was the perfect storm. I think it was a combination of crowds are back, right, in force. And it was that guy. There's two guys who get that crowd reaction. It's that guy and it's Tiger. Ricky Fowler doesn't. Rory McIlroy doesn't. Dustin Johnson doesn't. All great golfers, all great people. Well, I don't know if they're great people. I mean, all great golfers. Bob, should I be seeing something now on this thing that you set up for me? No. All right. Now I see what it says. All right. But I think he's right. I don't think anybody else generates that sort of reaction from the crowd. And yeah, Brooks Koepka had to feel like he was playing with Tiger Woods or Phil Mickelson because he was playing with Phil Mickelson. And look, whatever you think of Lefty, and there was a time back in the day where the players didn't like him. He was arrogant. He didn't hang out. They thought he was phony. Whatever it is. Just kind of like Tiger, as he's grown up and evolved and matured, they've all come around, and whether it's he's changed or they've changed, certainly the reaction towards him has changed.
Yeah, with Tiger, I think still people viewed him as that Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant mentor role. Well, maybe he's not your friend, but he's still the dude you looked up to. And with Phil, I think it took a while to get there, as you mentioned, just kind of the total turn. Now, all of a sudden, Phil, he was so good, still very good, but then he became someone on and off golf course that these guys turn to, they look up to. And I just keep going back to, I think so many people gravitated to Phil Mickelson because it had that Chicago Cubs feel, the Boston Red Sox, like the lovable loser, like, oh, so close, but you're never going to get over the hump, because when everything was Tiger Woods, it was the Tiger Woods era. And so people are like, oh, let's go Lefty, let's go Phil, let's get it done. And then I think that drew so many fans to him. And then ultimately, as he got older, things changed in his game. Now the players have gravitated back to him. The young guys now look up to Phil, probably unlike they did before.
Well, I think he's come back to them too. Yeah. I tell you this about so many athletes that we talk about and we've watched grow up. And whether it was Kobe, LeBron, Griffey, Tiger, Phil. You come up, you're brash, you're cocky, you got people in your ear, you think you know everything. And I don't know if you've hit the point yet in your life, Bob. I think you have. I know I did. Where I thought I knew everything until I realized I didn't know squat. Right? I mean, we all come up, we're teenagers, we're in our 20s, we think we know everything, we're young, we're vibrant, we got the world by the cojones. We know everything until that moment where you realize you don't know a damn thing, right? And I think there's a piece of that there. There's an evolution and a maturity in Phil. And you watch it, and I think it's pretty special. And to watch all those guys line up to greet him, it didn't happen 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Those guys, they didn't like him. It doesn't happen for Bryson DeChambeau right now.
Well, especially if it's Brooks Koepka, which... Can someone pair those guys together? Can we get that done? You got to do it.
Promise it'll happen.
The next major, Thursday and Friday, Koepka has to be playing with DeChambeau.
Coming up next, we're talking Gladiators. Nate Davis had a huge game at quarterback in their first game in the IFL. Former San Francisco 49ers draft pick. And Gladiators quarterback is going to be with us next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal and ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer Zero for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We're doing stuff again, and I know you've been to ball games and you've been to soccer matches, and Make it football. Gladiators are back. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. Love indoor football. And I tell people this, when you go out there, you discover something different, and a lot of people have just fallen in love with it and got addicted to it. And whether it was the CIF or the IFL or whatever it is over the years, it's a good time out there. Gladiators are in a new league this year, JJ. Now last year there was no season because, well, there was a lot of stuff last year. So now they're in the IFL. They moved up to the IFL, and they had their initial game in the IFL on the road against a traditional power in that league, the Iowa Barnstormers. They were in Des Moines over the weekend and won 63-55 in overtime. A big win, and I was talking to some people within the organization, and it just how much it was. And I'm looking forward to talking to Nate about this, because I know when they got on the field, there was already a bunch of trash talk, and your championships don't mean anything. Oh, you're a bunch of CIF bleepers and bleepies, and just a lot of disrespect being taught. Which I hearing junk talk on a field in any form, hell, in your recreational soccer league, I'm going to guess you probably got it too, right?
Oh,
so to go out and win, Nate Davis threw for 228 yards, 7 touchdowns, JJ, including the game winner in overtime to Dello Davis, and they won 63-55. I'm pulling for them. With everything they've been through and going back and forth through different venues and Tingley not available for them, and all those things, I'm pulling for that franchise.
I agree. I'm right there with you.
Bob, we good? On that, all right, that line, all right. The communication on this show is it's really, really good, and I'm sorry for some of the mix-ups. All right, looking forward to this. Nate Davis is a former 5th-round pick of the San Francisco 49ers, and he is the quarterback for the Gladiators. 19 of 25 over the weekend in Iowa. 76% completion percentage, 228 yards, and 7 touchdowns in the Gladiators' season opening win. Nate Davis joins us on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Good morning, Nate. How you living?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. I really appreciate y'all having me on.
No, appreciate you spending some time. Congratulations on the opener. That's a heck of a first game for this franchise. I know what it meant to this franchise, and it had to, for you personally, it had to be a big deal.
Oh yes, definitely. If the franchise is known of winning, so you know what I'm saying. I came here, and that's why I wanted to be a part of this organization, is because they're known of winning, and that's why I wanted to be a part of, and that's what we did. We worked real hard all week on preparing for Iowa, and we went out there and executed.
How much junk was talked before the game? I heard there was a whole lot of, your banners don't mean anything, and you're a bunch of CIF bleepies.
I mean, everybody just call us the CIF guys, you know what I'm saying, the CIF guys. Which, I mean, that's fine, you know what I'm saying. That's the way they wanted to talk. That's totally fine. But for us, it wasn't about that. It was about business. Representing our organization, putting on the field of what we've been working all camp. Going out there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I, on that note, I've heard so many people tell me that they felt that they had something to prove, right? Because here was a franchise that was successful in a league that is not as high level as this. And so did you feel like you had something to prove?
I feel like we had a chip on our shoulder. Yeah. That's what I will say. I feel we had a chip on our shoulder because, of course, at the end of the day, here's what you got to understand. It's arena football. At the end of the day, it's arena football. The guys, all the rules are the same. There might be a couple of little different rules, but at the end of the day, it's arena football. So just because, we wasn't in the IFL, I mean, guys could have been in the IFL, but they wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It's just what guys preferred. So, hey, now we in the IFL. Hey, we're trying to take full force ahead.
Nate, what did it feel like just finally be back on the field with everything that last year presented to everyone, just to be out there with your team playing the game again?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, what some people understand, this is my life. I mean, this is what I do. I mean, this is all I know growing up as a kid is playing football. So that meant everything to me. You know what I'm saying? Sitting out, I think they said 675 days that we didn't get to play football. So it meant everything, to a lot of guys, especially in our organization, just in our community, for us to be back out there to represent Albuquerque and Duke City.
Nate, you were a standout player at Ball State. You had the opportunity to experience what it was like getting drafted, but your brother also played in the Arena Football League. So did that kind of help you in your path growing up, watching what your brother did as you transitioned from, the experience of playing professional on the quote-unquote regular football field to arena football? Like, how do you feel you are now where you are in your professional career?
Okay, so at first, once I left the NFL in 2012, I went to Arena 1. This is called the AFL. I went to the Kansas City Command. And the only reason why I chose Arena was because my brother played. And, of course, because I went and watched him, he played in Indiana. He played with Colorado. He played with all kinds of teams. And I watched it, and I loved the game. I thought, I was like, man, this is so entertaining. You did entertain with the fans. So that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to stick with this one. Then I was there for about 5 games, and then I came to Amarillo, Texas. And then that's where I picked up the game of football, about the arena football, is through Julian Reese. He really sat down and broke it down to me. So to be honest with you, all my success right now, it goes to that guy, Julian Reese, because he really put time in to show me the game of arena football.
Nate Davis is with us. He's the Gladiators quarterback. There's 12 teams in this league. JJ, there's only 2 that are left undefeated. Only 2. Frisco Fighters are 2-0. Duke City Gladiators are 1-0. They'll play their home opener this Saturday out in Rio Rancho. Nate, you said something. It's arena football. It doesn't matter what league. It's arena football. Explain what arena football means. I think the common person understands the difference between outdoor football and indoor football. They see the difference on the field. They see it's condensed. But for you, the difference, when you say it's arena football, what does that mean to you?
So okay, arena football, that means it's a fast-paced game.
Yeah.
Very, very, very fast-paced game. And that's where I had to adjust from the outdoor game to the indoor game, is how fast-paced it is. So what I try to do is, there's there's things in the NFL that, hey, you're supposed to get the ball out in, 2.4 seconds, stuff like that. So there's same things in arena. So, and I just try to go ahead and beat that, because what I take pride on is watching film, of knowing what coverage it is, and knowing where everybody's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
That's where I take pride in of the game, is just knowing of what the defense is doing. If I know what the defense is doing, then I should know where the ball goes.
I want you to take us through the process of getting here and through this COVID season. Here you have a tremendous collegiate career, Ball State, drafted by the 49ers in the 5th round, spent some time in the NFL, Kansas City, Amarillo, different places in Arena League. Why was it this? You said it was because they won before, but they won before under a different coach. They won before under different ownership. They won before in a different league. So why was it this franchise felt right to you?
Well, number one, Dello Davis, the receiver, Dello Davis. He's the main reason that I'm here. So the last 6 years I've been playing against this guy. Every time he'd be lighting us up. Every year he lights us up. And I've always said, man, I would love to throw a touchdown to that guy. And then, 2-3 years in, we started becoming good friends. And then before every game we played Duke City, I would just pick the ball up and just throw it to him. Just as hey, I threw a completion to him. But now, that's the reason why I'm here, is Dello Davis. And of course, the organization.
Yeah, and you threw one to him in overtime and a 2-point conversion in overtime to win the game the other day. A few more minutes with Nate Davis, the Gladiators quarterback, who's with us.
Well, Nate, of course, the opener, you guys did what you had to do offensively in overtime, but what did it feel like to see your defense step up and make the game-winning play to end it?
Oh, of course. I mean, that's who we rely on. We rely on our defense. I made a bad mistake. I threw an interception. I thought it was a free play. I thought we got a flag, and on the free play, they tackled one of the receivers. So I threw it up. It was a bad decision by myself. And so the defense helped me out. And that's why I kept on telling them, all I need is one stop, fellas. One stop, and we got this game. And that's what they did. They came through for your boy.
All right, home opener this week. And you guys have been bouncing around. Tingley Coliseum will be your home later in the season. It's been being used as a COVID vaccination hub, and so you've been moved out to Rio Rancho. You guys are kind of homeless. You talked a little, well, or maybe you have two homes. However you look at it, I don't know how you look at it. You're renting, moving hotels, Airbnbs, but you're practicing different places. Kind of fired up to finally play in front of some friendly fans, because I'm going to guess the Iowa fans weren't all that friendly to you.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. You already know. When you go on a away game, all you got is us. You ain't got your team. That's it. And the only people you got, you already got your. You might find a couple fans or whatever, but nah, they like you because you're good and all that. But nah, they're harsh on you. But I've been waiting for this for a long time, to play at home in front of our fans, because every time I've came down here, there's been great fans. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've been waiting for.
Well, it's a good time. This team's pretty good, huh? You've played on a lot of teams. I mean, how do you define this team? Because now, going into a new league, I don't know what people really expected, and I think winning that first game against a team like that, who has been so established in arena football for over the years, I think it got a lot of people's attention in town. Huh? All right, maybe this is going to work. How good is this club?
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, we are very good. The sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. But, of course, we have a lot of work to do still. You know what I'm saying? It was our first game. We got to get our kinks out. You know what I'm saying? We still have some rookies. So, that still need to learn the game and stuff. So, sky's the limit for us. But we're willing to work. We're willing to grind. You know what I'm saying? We're a family. And everybody has each other's back.
That's good stuff. Well, I look forward to doing this again, man. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with us today. Nate, congratulations on a 7-touchdown opener, and looking forward to seeing you out in Rio Rancho on Sunday for the Gladiators home opener against the Tucson Sugar Skulls.
Hey, I really appreciate y'all having us. Hey, if you're looking for tickets, hey, Ticketmaster.com.
Like I said, played in the NFL. I think that win validated. I think people got their eyes open a little bit. I think the Gladiators were in some respects out of sight, out of mind, right? Yeah. They hadn't played in a year. They had to take a whole year off. They were in a new league.
That was the longest layoff of the teams.
I think that's right. And it's different, right? Their former coach was the guy really that was the face of this franchise. Now he's at another place, and you've got Martino Theus is the head coach out there, a new team in a new league, and I was wondering, all right, how good are they going to be stepping up in competition? And obviously they're pretty decent because they went on the road, beat a team that's established and has been pretty good in the IFL. So I'm rooting for them and looking forward to seeing what they do out there on Sunday. All right, we'll come back. You can talk about that if you want. We'll get more into the NFL, the NBA stuff from last night as well. Who's watching your home? I ask you this a lot. I hope it's the good guys. I hope it's the good guys and not the bad guys. But you know what's going on in this town. IPS watches my home. International Protective Service. They have for years. I was away last weekend. And actually, JJ, my alarm went off this weekend. I got a call from IPS, and they sent an officer out there. He was out there immediately with I don't know what happened, why the alarm went off, but it did, and everything's good, and thank goodness. But they were there immediately and checking things out. They respond with trained armed security personnel within 5 to 7 minutes. That's what they do. If I would have asked them to move the trash cans to the curb and back on garbage day, they would have done that. They've done that in the past. Pick up newspapers, pick up the mail, give your home that lived-in look. IPS protects what's yours. Your home, your business that you've worked so hard to build. Call IPS and have them look out for your best interests. Protect your family and give you that peace of mind. Their phone number is 505-897-2420. That's 505-897-2420. You can look at them online. Their website is ipsglobal.com.
Your business grow with custom printed sales and marketing materials. Now get 15% off signs, posters.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads. Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
Gladiators on Sunday, Rio Rancho Events Center, DukeCityGladiators.com if you want to get the tickets. Last night, NBA Nuggets beat the Blazers 128-109. Nikola Jokic, 38 for the winners last night. Damian Lillard had 42 for the Blazers. 32 in the first half?
32 in the first half.
32 in the first half. And then Michael, don't call him Mike ever, Michael Malone. Did you ever see that, by the way? Have you found that?
No.
Oh, so good. Michael. It's Michael.
Michael.
Yeah. It's Bob, not Robert. It's Bob. Don't call me Robert. Decided to go big on him on defense and found a way to slow him down in a good move. It'd be really interesting as they go forward now. You said like a chess move. All right, now what does Portland decide to do? How are they going to free up Dame Lillard?
And he's still going to get his.
I promise.
He might not have scored 32 points in one half, but he's going to find a way to create space. Did you see that shot he hit from the logo at center court?
Oh,
yeah, the logo's a decent size, but that was almost a half-court shot. That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he made it look like nothing, just pulling up into a regular jumper. So Dame's going to get his. And last night was really just two dudes going back and forth, Jokic and Lillard. And it was, if someone else wants to make a shot, that's fantastic. But these two guys are going to do absolutely everything. And that is just the one drawback with this Nuggets team as constructed. When you look at Portland going back home for games 3 and 4, you know CJ's going to play better. You know that they have some guys, Nurkic, and tough matchup against Jokic yesterday. He fouled out early in the fourth quarter, actually. But it just feels like Portland is going to be able to capitalize at home, because I go right back to Jokic just having 6 assists through 2 games. It's not because he's not passing the ball.
Yep, so he's got to score.
They really haven't had someone step up and hit those shots. Monty Morris was nice last night, and that's what you need, is who's going to be that supporting cast. When your stars going to work, it allows someone to step up. But I think the Nuggets definitely push them, but I still just think overall Portland has enough to take control of this series heading back to Portland.
All right, the other one last night was in Milwaukee. The Bucks just put a hurting on the Heat. 132-98, they beat Miami, and it wasn't that close. They were up all night. They had 78 points at halftime, 46 points in the first quarter. In a statement game by Milwaukee, in a statement game that is the kind of game that, like I told you earlier, I expected out of them in the last couple of seasons, and we'll see what they are. I mean, they've got to go through Miami, and then they got to go through Brooklyn, and probably then go through Philly if they're going to get to the championship. It's a gauntlet, but you got to go through it, right? I mean, you're in the playoffs, you got to beat people. Philly doesn't have that route. Philly's got a much easier route to get to where they got to get, but this is where we are. So they look really, really nice. Really nice. And, I mean, for a day, it looked like the best team.
And that is, goes back to, all right, there are still benefits to being the number 1 seed. In this case, the Eastern Conference, it kept you away from both Milwaukee and Brooklyn until the Eastern Conference Finals. But last night for Milwaukee, that's the team I was waiting to see. Like, they have everything they need. If Giannis is that dude, Jrue Holiday and Chris Middleton are more than good enough to elevate this team to the conference finals, for them to be a legitimate team to win the Eastern Conference. And they just were hitting on all cylinders last night. 3-point shooting was unbelievable. Brian Forbes coming off the bench was, they ended the game in the first quarter. And this is, I keep going back to Miami. It is good job, good effort. But you take a step back outside the bubble, Heat shouldn't win this series. This should end Milwaukee in 5. Like, I think they do get 1 game in Miami, but ultimately this is the Bucks series to win, and they should handle it in 5.
I think that's right. I think that's right, and I think they will. I think Miami wins a game. I think it might even be the next one, right? It might even be the coming off of what they were. It's a proud team. It's a really good team. Yeah, I could see them winning that next one. Yeah. All right. The other big stuff, obviously, coming out of yesterday, is the Aaron Rodgers conversation with Kenny Mayne on SportsCenter yesterday, where I'm not really sure what he said, other than it's philosophy and it's not about Jordan Love. I appreciate him saying it's not about Jordan Love, that I like Jordan Love. He's a nice kid. I mean, he could have trashed the kid.
Yeah, I believe that Aaron Rodgers is being honest about that, where it's not about Jordan himself, but it's about the Packers selecting Jordan Love.
Right.
Because that's the philosophy. I think that's the philosophy he's talking about. Of, okay, you're telling me I'm done because we've been here, done that, because I was on the other side with Brett Favre. So, and this is just where I'm like losing it with Aaron. Is it they didn't give you enough weapons? Is it you don't like them, quote unquote, starting the clock on your career ending in Green Bay? Because guess what, Aaron? They're going to have to make that decision. And they're not going to go out there right now and say Jordan Love is starting over Aaron Rodgers and we're letting him go. So you can still go out there. This is still your team. This is still your chance to compete to get to the Super Bowl. So do you just not like having Jordan Love there? And just the idea that they were thinking about the future?
I think that's part of it, don't you? I think that's a huge part of it. Yeah.
So it's just the idea that he's there. Because Jordan Love, the only way he gets on the field is the Packers say, all right, Aaron, we're done with you. And they're not going to do that right now. And so this just really feels like Rodgers taking control of the situation, going, no, I will tell you. When I'm done.
Yeah.
Not the other way around.
Right. And there's something to that. I listened to that, and the philosophy meaning, what I got out of it is their drafting philosophy. You're building on defense. You're building on you're giving me nothing. We've had these conversations, and you're not. But
you just won an NFL MVP. You need defense to win in this league.
I'm not telling you I think you're wrong. That's the way I interpreted what he said. Get me some help. Well, what do you need, man? You just won the MVP. You're right. Well, look what I won MVP with. My running back, who's a stud, by the way, was like an afterthought. Mm-hmm. You never really got. I mean, you just found him late in the draft in Aaron Jones, who is Alan Lazard and the guy with 3 initials who's dropping balls every other time I throw it to him. And I mean, who are these guys? And I think I really believe, and he feels slighted in the draft process where they go defense every time, mm-hmm. and then they get. But another then
I think this is more about Jordan Love, because on the flip side, we're sitting here having a conversation. Let's just say about the Dallas Cowboys, and they're drafting too much offense.
I think that's fair, and they're not winning either, by the way.
But the Packers are right there, like they're a possession away, and so I think ultimately, this is the way I read it. Is it goes back to they started the clock and Aaron Rodgers trying to.
There's a lot to that.
Catch lightning in a bottle again.
Because he's been there.
Because he was that dude.
Yeah, he's been there. 505-246-0610. We'll get to the phones on the other side. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. It's the opening drive on ProView Networks at 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Steal coming in. Can she get the points? As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West, puts it up on the layup, scores.
Especially the team like Navajo Prep with so many weapons.
3 to beat the horn, yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover, Henderson in transition, gonna slam it home. Gonzalez gonna leave it for Hasbury, send it in! Get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline, she's gonna heave it from half court for the
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sound of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red.
A lot of people still want to talk about Phil Mickelson, too. Getting emails on Phil. Well, it wasn't as good as Jack in 86. Okay.
Pretty good.
Any idea?
$7.57.
It was $10.46. $146,000.
And Arnold Palmer was like, "Here, have my drink."
I'm gonna mix lemonade and iced tea, and we're gonna call it. It's me. I want my own drink. It's the opening drive. We have our own show. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. We call it the opening drive, but you can call it Jeff and JJ Show if you want. Edward, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hello, sir.
Did you say Bobcat's doppelganger is Mick Fleetwood?
Yeah. Did you look at some of those pictures?
I did not. I still owe you my full body shot, but
no, you don't. No, you really don't owe me a thing. You owe me nothing. Your debt has been cleared up for whatever it is you felt you owed me. You owe me nothing.
The debt has been paid.
Yes.
Catalastai, which is Latin for "it is finished."
Yeah.
It is done.
All right.
Hey, I guess it's better than your doppelganger being Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah, maybe.
So that's funny. Hey, my ultimate goal, which I have an abundance of them, is to have a drink named after me. So that's in progress.
Well, just name one. I mix Dr. Pepper and Kool-Aid and call it the Edward. I mean, whatever. Crusher.
The Crusher. Hey, that's so funny. Phil Mickelson made $800,000 on the golf course last year, and only a cool $40 million outside of the golf course. So isn't that awesome?
Hey, he's living just fine.
The Rogers situation, I think we may be on maybe the wrong thread. Anybody who's studied human dynamics in general understands that fundamentally people process information differently. And I think with his body of work, psychologically, he's just a different cat. When the Patriots lost to Philly in the Super Bowl, and the next year they had 2 first-round draft picks, which is a complete anomaly because they would do well every year and they would draft late in the first round, and they happened to have 2, and they picked up Isaiah Wynn and the running back out of I can't remember his name right now, out of Georgia, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sony Michel, JJ just told
Sony Michel, yes indeed, thank you.
That was good.
And those 2 guys were instrumental in winning the Super Bowl the next year against the Rams. Sony Michel had 6 touchdowns in the playoffs, and Isaiah Wynn was a road grader. I think one of his contentions, and it's well documented, is JJ's right. They've been close, 13-3, 13-3, a couple of plays away from being in the Super Bowl. to give up a first-round draft pick on a quarterback where you could have gotten a pretty impactful player that can play and impact your team would have been significant. And I think that he may be hung up on that a little bit, amongst other things. We can't get into the psychology of these guys. We can try, but let me share this with you guys. This weekend, I got up at 4 in the morning. I watched on the NFL Network the Bill Walsh story, which was stellar. I would encourage each one of you guys to watch it. You know how they do the timeline or the life of Bill Walsh?
Do you not have a DVR? Like, you got to get up at 4 in the morning to watch that?
You got to attack the day, my friends.
No, you don't. You can attack the day at 10 o'clock just as well as you can at 4 in the morning.
The Romans used to get up and attack the day, but let me tell you this about Bill Walsh, who was the father of the West Coast offense and authored this probably the second or third greatest dynastic run. You could argue Steelers, them or the Steelers, number 2. We all know who was number 1. But anyway, he was so paranoid after his first Super Bowl win in '81, because he came from the Paul Brown Cincinnati Bengals organization. Ironically, they beat the Bengals twice in the Super Bowl. He was so paranoid and insecure, he wanted to quit the following year when they struggled, and he'd already named a replacement, and he never felt good enough. And this guy was brilliant. He was a genius. And he was so insecure, and he struggled with the owner. And you would think if we were in the social media era today, they would get dissected 7 ways to Sunday. And it just goes to show you don't know the psychology of these guys. And they went on to win, 3. He won 3 Super Bowls, and they won 2 more down the road. And it's just an interesting. Once you really dig into this, it's very interesting how these things play out psychologically. And everybody's paranoid. Everybody's paranoid for their job. Everybody's paranoid for their position. Coaches, owners, GMs, everybody. Jerry Jones is paranoid. He wants to win a Super Bowl before he dies. That's why he's pressing, just like Al Davis 2.0. And it's just, I just find it interesting how these things play out. But good thread today. Thank you for letting me share my thoughts. And we're going to have great weather today. We'll work on that tan. Great day, my guys.
First of all, Bill Walsh was a freaking genius, okay? The author of those great 49er teams of the 80s. And that wasn't a franchise that was having a bunch of success before that. He got there. It was very, if you look back, I'm going to tell you, it's very Belichickian, the way that all went down. They got a quarterback who wasn't considered coming out. I don't know where Joe Montana was drafted, but I guarantee you wasn't top 2. Like so many of these guys are. Found a quarterback that worked, found the best receiver ever, put together a really good defense. Roger Craig and Tom Rathman were a terrific backfield. Dwight Clark was a really good tight end. John Taylor was a terrific number 2 on receiver, and then his defense was led by a terrific front and Ronnie Lott on the backside. And Bill Walsh. Do you know much about Bill Walsh? Have you ever kind of studied into that? I know that's before your time, but those teams were phenomenal.
I know probably like the Bill Walsh 101 stuff.
Yeah, I as much as I so dislike the 49ers, dislike's not fair. I mean, just as a rival, I tell you, of any team, rivals, like even more than the Giants, as a Ram fan growing up and listening and dealing with Niner fan, because the Rams had good teams back then, but the Rams couldn't get by the Niners, right? Those were good Rams teams. They got by them one time, got to the Super Bowl in 80 against the Steelers. But it was always running to the 49ers. And that was Bill Walsh. And the innovation that he had on offense really affected the National Football League. And I think to this day, he's the guy with that West Coast offense that brought the offense into what I really believe is the current era of open offenses, pro-style offenses. He was, I haven't seen that. Now, I'm not going to get up at 4 in the morning to watch it. I'll record it where I can DVR it, or I might even find it on demand. It's amazing what technology does. I can attack the day just as well at 9 o'clock in the morning as I can at 4 in the morning on a weekend. In fact, I will argue with you that I will attack the day better at 9 a.m. than I will at 4 a.m. And it's not even arguable. It's promised.
I know I would.
Well, I mean, why 4 in the morning on a Saturday? What are we doing?
Well, I'm
Romans
getting up.
did it. What happened to the Romans?
Well, eventually they lost.
No, I remember.
Where are they now?
I read that somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I read that in a book.
Well, Saturday and Sunday at 4 in the morning, I'm already up and getting ready to come in.
Yeah,
here.
see, that's your prime time, and I understand that. You get to sleep in to come do this gig.
That's right. That's why I love it.
That's why I love it. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't do mornings. And Jeff, you've been anchoring. You've been doing a morning show for 12 and a half years. When I did the evening news, I would stay up, get off work at midnight or whatever, and I would get up about 9:30, 10 o'clock every day. And when I started anchoring the morning news over 13, and getting up at 3 a.m.,
it's different.
It damn near killed me.
Yeah, it's really different.
Yeah, it almost, and then on the weekends you try to live like a normal human and catch up, and you can't.
No,
I think that's why I don't sleep now. Now that I think about it,
it could be.
I had a dream that first time, the first weekend I was doing anchoring weekends, that somebody had parked a bunch of cars in front of my garage, and I wasn't going to be able to get my car out. And just you have all these dreams, when you first have these early jobs, you're going to sleep in, and I still have them now and then. Your alarm doesn't go off, and it still happens. It's going to happen to each of us 2-3 times a year. The alarm doesn't go off, or we sleep in, or your car breaks down, or whatever.
Well,
yeah.
That's why I have 4 alarms.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
How many do you have?
No, actually, I have 5.
But I mean, you use all of them? Every morning, 5 alarms go off?
No. I have them staggered. So
they all go off every morning?
No. The first one goes off, and I normally get up at that one.
And then you shut the others off?
Yeah, and then I shut all the others off.
Okay.
But if it gets that 5th alarm, then
it's a 5-alarm fire.
That's right. I am out of the house in 10 minutes.
How many do you have?
1.
Yeah, me too.
And I just keep my fingers crossed my phone charges.
See, now I should do the backup because I still have the old school clock radio.
That's the one where you need to put across the room, right? And then it forces you
to get up.
To get out of bed. We all have those moments. It happened to me on Sunday. It wasn't me. It was Tilly. About 7:20, just turns on the light. It was like, "You're late for work." I was like,
Saturday.
It's Sunday.
Will you get your...
And I'm going back to sleep now. Thank you.
Why are you yelling at me?
I know.
Like I'm a grown-ass man. I know it's Sundays.
You might have just woke the child, so you just ruined our entire morning.
What are you going to do? You ruined the whole...
Well, the 5th alarm is a battery-operated one in case the electricity goes out.
That's what it should be.
And it's the ringing type.
Yeah.
So, it's an alarm bell. It goes off, I know I'm in trouble.
What are the odds you're going to get up anyway, right? Your body's set anyway. We're all going to... I mean, I beat my alarm almost 80%. 80% of the mornings I beat my alarm.
I know.
So...
When I was training across the hall and I was having to get up
late. See, now he doesn't go, now it's okay to go late.
Yeah, now it's okay. Yeah, because I'm on the air. Yeah. Let's get our things there. Well, when I was training across the hall last month, I was having to get up at like 2:15 in the morning.
Man, you can have a mess.
So the following, when I wasn't doing that for the next couple of days, you take your headsets off.
We gotta go to break, man.
Oh, is that what we're supposed to? Okay, go for it.
You know what's going to help you sleep better? Working out. With F45 functional fitness, you're going to feel better throughout your day once you start hitting the gym again. And a lot of people got out of that rhythm, got out of that routine last year, but it's time to get it back and start creating your own gym identity once again at F45. And why I like F45, it's full body functional fitness in 45 minutes. I love the strength and cardio work you get. They have workouts, new program upcoming, which is going to focus on different body parts, different days of the week. You're going to get your more strength-based workouts with the Angry Bird workout. Then you got Redline, which is cardio-based, but it's not just 45 minutes on a treadmill or 45 minutes on an exercise bike. That thing just doesn't work for me to sit there and just do that over and over and over. It is going to be a combination of workouts. And the reps, the sets, bang, 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 no wasted time. So you're not just going to sit there, a minute or two between sets. No, we're talking like 20 seconds. You're going to get in there, get a fantastic workout in and out in just 45 minutes. You can do it. And a big thing with F45 is you book your classes. So download the app right now, the F45 app. Check out the Northeast Heights location or check them out at F45training.com, because when you book it, you put it on the schedule, you're not going to miss it. It's going to help you It's just like that alarm. It will send you a reminder an hour before your class, like, hey, you got this class booked, so you're going to show up, get a great workout done, feel better, sleep better, and have more energy throughout your day. So check them out at F45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Check out the Northeast Heights location. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Here's the steal coming in. Can she get the points?
As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West. Puts it up on the layup. Scores.
People still want to talk Phil. Garcia says, Phil 21 equals Jack in 1986, question mark. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. Jay says, Jeff, I was talking to folks about golf yesterday that I hadn't spoken about the little white ball with since the Masters 35 years ago. The only difference is Jack's was more dramatic, with the electricizing move he made down the stretch against other legends. The guys Phil beat don't really blow your socks off. Not sure anybody on the first page was a world top tenor. Dude, he was holding off a guy who won, 4 majors already by the age of 31? Brooks Koepka? So I pulled up the leaderboard.
Koepka not there?
Yeah, okay, Nicholas beat Tom Kite by one. Tom Kite and Greg Norman by a stroke. Seve Ballesteros by 2. Nick Price, Jay Haas, Tom Watson, Warlow. But look, that's a good leaderboard. I'm not telling you it's not. But Louis Oosthuizen's a Masters champion. Brooks Koepka is a multiple. I'm sorry, Louis Oosthuizen's a major champion multiple times. He won the 2010 Open Championship. I think multiple times, maybe just one. Brooks Koepka, Paul Casey. I'll give you that. All right.
Leaderboard was better.
Leaderboard was better for Jack. But this was pretty impressive. I mean, come on, man. And by the way, that was 46 years old. This is almost 5 years older. Like give.
Well, and to hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
He didn't come from behind.
He was
Fantastic.
winning the whole damn week.
I know he held on the entire weekend on a course that was shredding people.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, that meant he didn't have as good. Look, let me give you this. All right, that course that Jack played on. 22 guys were under par that year. Okay. Oh, I just X'd out of it. So do you have Mickelson's leaderboard up?
Yeah.
How many guys were under par?
Oh man.
Well, just go down to even and tell me.
Well, there's a lot of ties in there, so it doesn't.
Yeah, but just go to even and tell me what place even is.
Well, there's tied for second, tied for fourth, tied for eighth, tied for 17th.
Yeah, but if you go to even.
Yeah, I'm at even.
How many guys? 17?
Yeah.
All right, so 17. So it was a harder golf course. That's all. I was just going to James. All right, James, hold on. I'll get you after the break.
16 guys will look fine.
16 guys. Yeah. Harder golf course.
Or under.
Good field. And Brooks Koepka, by the way, I mean, really? Brooks Koepka's pretty good. Louis Oosthuizen is pretty good. I'll give you the leaderboard in 86 is really good, too. But what's more impressive? Oh, he had to come from behind on make a charge on Sunday, or he played 4 really good days of golf. I don't know. They both hoisted a trophy and won another major championship. People love talking about Phil, though. Phil and Tiger still rule the roost, don't they? OGs rule. Go to the phones when we come back. Opening drives on ProView Networks. Aaron's got a pen or a tongue depressor in your mouth? Something flapping out of his face. Bobcat on the radio side. On the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Especially the team like Naval Prep with so many weapons.
3 to beat the horn. Yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover. Henderson in transition. Going to slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in. We get into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the win.
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever, no one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 2-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and JJ Buck.
It's not about love. Sorry. What's love got to? That's not it either. Got to do with it. That's what Aaron Rodgers said yesterday. It's not about love. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. We'll get into all the Aaron Rodgers stuff and Julio and even some Phil. We have not hit Brooks Koepka and the eye roll over your boy Bryson DeChambeau, who evidently nobody likes on tour. Glad you're with us. The number to get in is 505-246-0610. Emails come in this morning and every morning at Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Bruin James has been holding on line 1. Let's go there. Hello, BJ. How you living? James fell asleep, dude. He's been on. Has he been on hold so long he just put his phone down and put the radio on?
So we're listening.
All right. I can't do that then. I almost feel bad. I mean, what do you want me to do? 10 minutes from now, he'll realize we hung up on him and he'll call you back, Bob.
Oh, hey, I'm here. Oh, delay.
Yeah, sorry, bro. Well, the Lakers are going to win. They got a guy from the Inland Empire. I know. Todd sent me a note, by the way. It says, did Tilly Savalas really get JJ up on Sunday thinking he was going to miss this award-winning show, Jeff? It's the funniest thing I've heard all week. You said it happened. So she woke you. She was yelling at you at 7?
He's like, oh, my gosh, you're late. I'm like, for what? It's Monday. I'm like, no, it's not.
Sit down. It's Tuesday.
Sunday.
It is Sunday. It's Sunday. That's my fun day. I don't have to run day. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I felt I got to do karaoke this segment. All right, James, you want to try this on? Hello, James.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's happening?
You hear me?
Yeah, gotcha.
Hey, I want to give some props out to a former Bruin who's doing pretty good in the NBA, and that's Drew Holiday.
He's doing really good.
Doing pretty good, man. I'm pretty surprised.
Why?
I mean, a lot of people talk about him, but when I watched him in Westwood, he really didn't impress me.
Why? Because he's not from the Inland Empire? Is he from the Valley or something? Not from the IE or what?
No, he's from. No, he didn't. I don't know. But I watched him. His couple of these playoff games, and not bad. I was like, man, what happened to him? He got better. I was like, so it just surprised me. It was. Yeah, I didn't. When I seen him at Westwood, he really didn't stand out too much.
Pleasantly surprised, I hope.
Go ahead.
Pleasantly surprised, I hope. He went to Campbell Hall, by the way. So it might have been a Valley guy. Isn't Campbell Hall in the Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he went to high school. So he is a Valley guy. See, I root for the Valley guys.
So, yeah, that's you guys, Valley guys.
That's right.
So, but yeah, he impressed me, man. And it was pretty good. All right, you guys have a good one. Take
Later,
care.
James. See you. Shout out to Drew Holiday.
I might have to question our recruiting coordinator there if he doesn't think Drew Holiday's in.
I know Drew Holiday can ball, and this is a surprise. So I'm
just noticed 30 years old playing in NBA like the last 10 years. You know what? This guy's all right.
Yeah, I think it's fair to have to question him now. I think that's absolutely fair.
Your resume is in question now.
Yeah, you
Bruin James.
Can't recruit for us anymore. Whoever us happens to be. I read a piece this morning on Phil Mickelson. John Feinstein wrote in the Washington Post about Phil's somewhat transformation of perception, is that fair, of reputation? Evidently, he was really not liked back in the day. And he told Feinstein that he just didn't hang out with the guys. He said, look, the thing you have to understand is that my wife and I are 24/7. We're together all the time, and we like being together like that. She's my best friend. She's the person I want to hang out with the most. That was his quote. Basically, I like hanging out with her more than them. And, that's somewhat different amongst young superstar athletes, right? That would be the exception, not the norm.
Guess.
I think that's absolutely.
I don't. That one just kind of threw me off. It's like you're at these tournaments 4 days anyway. What are you? Don't most people go home anyway Monday and Tuesday?
I don't know that they do. I mean, I don't know that they do. And so, Phil really revamped his whole. They thought he was a phony. They thought he was out making money. And look, he signed more autographs, according to Feinstein, than anybody since Arnold Palmer. People loved him. Corporations loved him. And he wasn't winning anything. I equate this in large part early in his career to not the persona-wise, but it was he came on with such this expectation he was going to win, and then here came Tiger a couple of years later and won everything. Karl Malone was great. Patrick Ewing was great. Charles Barkley was great. They never won championships because they couldn't get through Mike, right? Michael Jordan won everything, and then those Rocket teams. Phil finally won stuff when a lot of people had given up on him when he finally won the Masters. Now he's won 6 major championships. But I always equated it to those guys. Like Phil was always really good. Now Phil's a top 15 golfer of all time, I think, on any list. I think he may reach top 10 status on some people's lists. And if he wins the Open and completes, and I don't think he will, by the way. I just don't think he's going to win another major. Now, I did not think he'd win another major. This one came out of left field. I told you when Tiger won, and I'd been telling you for months, I thought Tiger would win again. I was one of the few on that one. I can't claim this one. I saw no reason to think that this guy at 50 had that in him. But now I look at how he's playing, and I'm like, dude, he's going back to Torrey, where he grew up, where he won his first tournament at Torrey Pines. That's where the U.S. Open is. Like, I don't think he's going to win the U.S. Open. In fact, there's part of me that says he's not even going to make the cut. But, like he said, maybe he goes on a little run. He's going to the course probably on the planet where he feels the most comfortable, right? Like, do you give him a chance at the Open next month?
Yes.
Okay. I give him a chance. Would you put him on your fantasy, your DraftKings team?
I wouldn't select Phil, but all of a sudden he's in your mind now. It's not just, what's Phil Mickelson doing? It's,
no doubt.
Ooh, what is Phil going to do? What can he do? But he's a roller coaster ride, and that's what you'd expect from a 50-year-old at this point in time in his career. Is he'll look really good one weekend, not even have a top 20 finish, miss the cut, and then all of a sudden he comes out and wins PGA Championship, and you're just like, what the heck?
Yeah, he was playing horribly. I mean, maybe the worst stretch of scoring in his career, and for him to come out of absolute nowhere, like, I don't know what you thought, and I haven't talked to you about this necessarily. When I saw Mickelson, he bogeyed the first hole on Thursday, and I'm all right. And I kind of watched, and then at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, look at Phil. He's on the second page of the leaderboard. Then on Friday, and I didn't see golf on Friday. We were driving. No, where was I Friday? I was up playing golf. Oh, yeah. We came back in, and I'm like, look, Mickelson's making a run. And it was like, damn. And now it was everywhere you went, and we were checking the leaderboard. It wasn't what's just the leaderboard. It's where's Phil? Where's Phil? And then it was Sunday morning, dude, we got to get back. Lefty's making a run, right? Now all of a sudden it wasn't Koepka's making a run. Ricky Fowler's making a run. Ooh, Louis Oosthuizen's making Phil's up there, and it was again, it was different. I'm hoping. Do you think like when a guy like Dustin Johnson or hell, I know Brooks Koepka 31 is doing great things. Let's say he's got, I mean, by the time he's 40, he's probably going to have 10 majors, won't he? Brooks Koepka? He's got 4 more in him in the next 9 years, don't you think? I mean, you would think. You never know with these guys. We thought Jordan Spieth was going to win 1,000. But is there going to be, so when they're done, when these two guys, and maybe Tiger's done, we don't know if he can walk. I thought Phil was done. Obviously, he's not. When they're not there anymore, or when they're 60 and they're just ceremonially there, is there going to be someone in this next group of guys that gets us there? Is it going to be Rory? If Rory's making a run when he's 45, are we going to go, oh, Rory's making a run? I mean, is there someone that's like that?
No.
There's not?
Right now, there's not.
But did we know that these guys would be that then?
Yes. Tiger and Phil?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't, people,
right.
Dustin Johnson is good, but people don't really care when he wins. Brooks Koepka is polarizing, like Bryson DeChambeau.
People really don't like Brooks Koepka.
But there's not a lot of people that like these guys.
Yeah.
So Rory, I could see him possibly becoming that guy where when he gets older, he's had enough success, there's still the interest there that if he goes on a run, then there's that passion for it. But it doesn't feel like there's someone that people are going to gravitate to like they did these two guys.
All right. By the way, Koepka and DeChambeau, so Koepka's doing an interview for a Golf Channel, and he stops in mid-sentence and rolls his eyes and walks away and says, what did he say? I can't stand that guy. DeChambeau walked by. He couldn't even finish what he was doing. And I guess this video is now gone viral just because the dude walked by. And I didn't putt well. I don't think any of the guys were going to putt well with this wind. And then DeChambeau walked behind him, and he says it's very tough. I don't know what the other guys have said. I just found it difficult to read at times. That DeChambeau walks by, and I lost my thought. Koepka admits hearing that bleep. They hate that guy.
Like the dude's just walking by.
Yeah, they hate that guy,
and he can stand him. He can't even focus on answering the question.
With all due respect, like I kind of like Koepka. I like his no nonsense. I like his pace of play. He just gets up and hits the damn ball. Like DeChambeau, I heard somebody say he pulls out his yardage book for a 1 foot putt. That's
the one thing
that's the smartest guy ever.
Tough to kind of know about when you're watching the game, because they
pace of play.
Yeah, it's because you're watching a tournament.
But you can get an idea. I mean,
yeah. So you just kind of have to take their word for it that this guy is ridiculous.
Well, if everybody's saying it, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, if you ever play with a guy who's that slow, it's like, come on, man, hit the ball. I get it. We all have a hole where we're looking for the ball. We slowed things down and whatever. Hit the flipping ball. And that I really like. I've always liked Koepka because he's a no BS kind of a guy. Just attack the game, play the game. In pace of play. But evidently, your boy DeChambeau is just universally on that tour despised.
Yeah, DeChambeau has some issues when it comes to player popularity. So the game of golf has personalities. You want people to root for. You want people to root against. You have to have the hero and the villain type of storyline. And I think the talent is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But to your point of, is there a guy that's going to get the love of the fans? I'm not sure there is.
Well, somebody's going to get the love because the fans are going to be there. Golf has risen in popularity. People play, and so people are going to watch. And so people are going to be at the events. And now that they've turned into more parties, they're going to love somebody. They're going to love on somebody. And I mean, Rory feels like the guy to me.
I could definitely see Rory kind of emerging into that. But there's a lot of guys that have been there, done that, but don't have that kind of fanfare.
Now he wants to break because we're talking about sleep. Now he's ready to break on time. All right. I want to hit the NFL stuff when we come back, too. I got emails for you. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Aaron's producing on the TV side. Bobcat said break now because I'm not talking about sleep on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Visions of Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown. Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Lakers back at it tonight. Game 2, Western Conference playoffs in Phoenix against the Suns. And LeBron James will be in the lineup. He is not hurt, they say. And he's certainly not on quarantine. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. So, JJ, we had a long conversation yesterday, and there was a lot of talk nationally about pictures of LeBron pre the play-in tournament at an event that was sponsored by a tequila company. It was a promotional event, and he was there, and he was unmasked, and he was with with Drake and Michael B. Jordan and all kinds of A-listers that were there, and LeBron was there, and there was a lot of talk about protocol and how is this guy not getting suspended, or I'm sorry, quarantined, because of it appears that he had violated what we understood, right, or people understood to be NBA protocol, right? That's kind of where that whole conversation stemmed from.
Yes.
So the NBA put out this release on Monday. Quote, to clarify any remaining misconception, LeBron James briefly attended an outdoor event last week where participants were required to be vaccinated or return a negative test result. Under these circumstances and in consultation with medical experts, it was determined that his attendance did not create risks related to the spread of COVID-19, and therefore no quarantine was necessary. Over the course of this season, there have been numerous similar violations of the league's health and safety protocols, which were addressed with the players' team in a similar fashion. Under current NBA rules, vaccinated players are permitted to engage in outside activities, including their individual commercial arrangements, such as sponsor appearances or ad shoots, end quote. A couple of things in there. So they call it, there have been numerous similar violations. There are numerous similar violations. That calls this a violation, does it not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have probably just said other incidents.
Yeah.
Instead of
calling this a similar violation,
violation.
flat out calls this a violation.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, LeBron was very, very adamant as far as not saying whether or not he had been vaccinated. Right? Didn't want to get into it, whether it was because of political, whatever. It says here, under current NBA rules, vaccinated players are permitted to engage in outside blah, blah, blah. So does that tell you that I mean, not that it matters. I could care less. It only matters because he was so coy and wanted to keep his vaccination identity or status private. But does that tell you he's been vaccinated, right?
I would assume he is, but also in the statement it says the event was either that or a negative test.
But then it has a completely other sentence under current.
Ultimately, this would.
Participants had to have that, but under NBA rules, vaccinated players are permitted to engage in outside activities, which would insinuate that non-vaccinated are not. Correct? Under NBA rules, vaccinated players are permitted to engage in outside activities, including their individual commercial arrangements. So, I mean, I guess he's vaccinated. Good for him. I'm with you, dude. To me, there was nothing there. Unless it was a violation of the rules, which it says it was, but other people.
But was it?
Similar. I don't know, man.
This is one where just be quicker with it. Like when it came out, the NBA, address the situation, here we go. Because when you read that, you know what? It does make sense. Because the other stuff, like stop telling me about Lou Williams. Stop telling me about Kevin Porter. Like those dudes went to the strip club.
They broke the bubble. No, they first of all, the strip club just happened to be where their favorite chef is. They went to get lemon pepper wings.
Like so people are trying to say, well, if LeBron went to the strip club in this situation, yeah, he should have been suspended.
What if he liked the lemon pepper wings?
Fantastic. I don't care about the lemon pepper wings. It's the environment that said person was at. Like, so stop going back to the bubble situation last year with Lou Williams trying to say it's like some NBA conspiracy. Like initially there are questions because you're like, oh, LeBron James getting a pass. But you read the statement, you know what, and I think everyone realized, you know what, this makes sense. And most people would agree, like, an event like this, at this point in time, an athlete should be able to do that. But it looks so bad initially out of the gate.
So the Lakers would need 15 of their 17 players to be vaccinated to get to the 85%. They're not there yet, so at least one player aside from Schroeder, who Dennis Schroeder said he's not vaccinated. He's confirmed that he's not been vaccinated. He's missed 7 games due to protocols. So at least one other player would not be vaccinated. Lakers are playing tonight. All right, so I guess LeBron's healthy. He's not quarantined. They got to go out and win tonight. They got a Phoenix Suns team who is second seed, who beat them the other night. Here's Laker coach Frank Vogel moving forward in this series against the Suns.
Yeah, I'm moving forward as if he's a healthy player, understanding there's going to be a play or two throughout the game, where he doesn't move on it. Move on it very well, and that just comes with a guy playing through an injury. Ideal situation, he has another few weeks to fully put it behind him, but he's moving pretty well in most situations, and I approach the game like he's a healthy player, and just understand that there's going to be a handful of plays where it looks like it limits him.
All right, he's look, the spotlight's going to be on. This guy loves the spotlight, needs the spotlight, and has the spotlight. Everything he does is. Do you agree that it's choreographed? Like when you get to be him, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, like everything. You know what you're doing. When he went to that event, he knew what he was doing. He knew there was going to be pictures. He knew they were going to get out.
I'm trying to hide it or anything.
No. Is somehow that used to his advantage? Whether it's going to this event and now the injuries and laying down on for what was it? Everybody's timing. How long is LeBron down? 80 seconds.
I don't think the event has anything to do with it.
You don't think it does?
I think that's just
he just went.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what would
I don't know. That's what I'm at.
Yeah. I don't. So now that's the reason he's not winning because he went to that event.
Yes, he drank too much tequila that night and he's still hungover. Yeah, absolutely.
And that would benefit him how?
Look, I don't know. I look at this whole thing and I heard Trulio say it yesterday. I heard you say that there's not you're there, but he says I'm over LeBron James. I heard you say there's so many people who are over LeBron James. I get ESPN and TNT and ABC want LeBron James in this thing, and I understand it. What was the year 2 years ago? Remember when LeBron James wasn't in the playoffs and they were really good? And remember we had the conversation, wow, the playoffs are still really good without LeBron James. Who won it? I don't remember who won. Do you?
Probably the Warriors.
That's probably right. It was probably the Warriors.
It just comes back to his antics and the things he does on the basketball court. Because LeBron at this point in time has done everything he needs to do from a professional basketball standpoint to be considered one of the best ever.
Yes.
And if people don't want to put him there, fine. Because it would have been better if Dwayne Wade went to Cleveland instead of him going to Miami.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's the whole,
for whatever reason.
yeah,
Yes.
It's
yes.
just
yes.
the Bulls drafted Scottie Pippen and then they formed a fantastic deal. So it just would have made it better. It would have looked less like a cop out.
Yes.
For LeBron James, for whatever reason, people have that in their minds.
Okay.
And think of the pressure. Everyone says, "Oh, he was dubbed the king. You called him the king." Well, how many people have we dubbed something and they fall flat on their face?
Many.
So he has risen to those expectations. Whether he dubbed himself or not, has he not played up to that level?
Yes.
So he has. But it's the antics. It's just people are tired of LeBron James, him laying on the floor, everything, getting poked in the eye, being there for 80 seconds and not getting up. Because Kevin Pillar got up after he got hit in the face with a 90-mile-per-hour fastball. It's like, we get it. But it is just fascinating with this guy.
Yeah.
He does everything we want athletes to do in terms of professional. Like, go win.
Yeah.
Do it all the time.
There's a lot of drama, though, man. There's a lot of drama. Now, there was a lot of drama with Shaq and Kobe, and people, I don't remember the venom towards those guys. I think whoever told me yesterday that it goes back to the decision is probably right. But there's been a lot since that. There's a lot of people, and I'm one of them, who find a lot of insincerity in a lot of what he does and says. A lot of showman. I'm kind of over it too. I'm not.
And I'm not denying it. It's interesting that for whatever reason it got to a tipping point with LeBron that even there are people that were on like his side and we're just kind of like, hey, I don't know what else you want him to do, that are just tired of him.
Yeah, or like this text that I just got, LeBron is the biggest bleep ever. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. And
I'm wondering what is insincere about what he does.
Well, I've always felt there's an insincerity. There's a me aspect to everything. My guys, my team, me. And I've always felt that. And people come across a certain way.
Not say my team?
What's that? My guys, it's always been that way. And look, it's how people are perceived, right? How do you perceive DeChambeau? It's just my perception, and it's always been that way. It was from Cleveland. Wasn't my thing, man. And that's cool. Like, I perceive Kobe in one way, and it's just how do you perceive people?
Interesting.
I've always perceived it that way, and I've never gotten to the other side, and I gave up trying a long time ago. And this isn't. I know it's going to come in. Well, it's because of his political stand, but no, it's not. It's not because I think a lot of people who were there way before. The last 2 years. So, all right, we're going to go to the phones when we come back. Tommy, stay there because I really want to hear some truth. I probably need some truth this morning, but I'm getting that Robert Cat stare that, look, if you're not going to let me talk about my sleep patterns, you've got to go to break. It's the opening drive. We're on ProView Networks at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Here it
Here's the steal coming in. Can she get the point? As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West. Puts it up on the layup. Scores.
to beat the horn. Yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover. Henderson in transition. Going to slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in! We get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the win!
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
(505-246-0610). You are welcome to contribute now to this program. Actually, you're usually welcome to contribute to this program. Tommy, thanks for holding. A little truth would help me through the day. What's happening?
Hey, what's up, guys? Tom the Truth back at you. And you're right, LeBron's a schmuck. Okay. No, the thing about LeBron I do like, he does give a lot to charity. He does a lot to help the community, but he does make a lot about him. And I have three questions, three different sports I'll ask you guys can answer when I hang up and stuff. Who's done less with more? LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, or Michael Jordan? Think about that. Who's done less with more? I've always admired Michael more and probably Kobe second because they stuck with the same team. And especially with Michael sticking out with the Bulls. He never left his former super team. A second question I have is baseball related. The Yankees went about 35 scoreless innings just recently. Seems like they picked it up. Their pitching has really picked it up. Mm-hmm. See what you think about that. And the Shannon Sharp comment when he called Julio Jones saying if he wants to join the Cowboys. I don't like Shannon Sharp that much because he really is biased against the Cowboys. He hates them. Practically hates them. Why would you ask him if he's going to come to the Cowboys? We're receiver heavy. We don't need receivers.
That's right.
That's just a stupid, ignorant question to even ask the guy. We don't need receivers. We've got plenty.
You know why? Yeah,
so I'll hang up, guys, because you guys are the masters of the morning sports, and I'll let you guys answer everything and listen to your words. Like you guys are the gods of sports you are.
Thank you, Tommy. All right, let's go backwards. And you hit that on the head. Skip Bayless was sitting across from him. Skip Bayless is a big Cowboy honk, and that's why he asked him that. There was he's not going to the Cowboys. First of all, the Cowboys can't afford him. What the Cowboys going to do? They're going to send over what? CeeDee Lamb and a bunch of money.
Zeke Elliott, 0 running back set.
Yeah, so that's why. On the Yankees. Look, the Yankees this was going to happen. It was like when the Dodgers went through a slump, the Yankees went through a slump. They got healthier and their pitching really started. I mean, all of a sudden, I don't know what people expected. You play a 162 game season or whatever they're playing these days. I think it's 162 still. you're going to go through a slump. And somehow it would have been better if the Dodgers and the Yankees would have gone through a slump in June, and people would have, well, okay, they did it early. By the way, the Dodgers they started like 13-2 or something silly like that. The Yankees didn't start as quickly, and now you look at them, the cream rises in 162 games.
Yes, it does. And even early in the season, like the Dodgers are still above 500, and everyone's like, oh, they're broken. Not really.
Yeah. All right, so who did the most with more? Kobe, Michael, or LeBron?
LeBron's going to come in third in that conversation for a lot of people.
Well, LeBron's going to come in third in that conversation, in any conversation.
Because he joined the Miami Heat.
So, Michael, they both had a good number 2, right? Pippen is a top 50 player of all time. Kobe was Shaq. And Kobe might have, you make me the argument number 2. Look, was Pau Gasol a superstar?
He wasn't a superstar.
He was the number 2, but was he like would he have been a number 2 in most scenarios? He'd have been a number 3. Is he as good as Chris Bosh?
Pau Gasol and Chris Bosh are like one in this.
All right, then Pau should be in the Hall of Fame. Damn it, then put him in the Hall of Fame. You just put Chris Bosh in the Hall of Fame.
He could get there too for his international career.
Yeah, that's fine, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. So Pau was really good. Those teams where Kobe carried those teams, who else was on those? I mean, like who else? You had Fisher and Robert Horry and I mean,
it was similar to. I think the difference, of course, is I think Kyrie is fantastic.
Sure he is.
So it would go the Cavs. The only would be the last one with the Cavs. So you have Kyrie, which is a better number 2. It's like Scottie Pippen level number 2. And then Kevin Love is the Chris Bosh, Pau Gasol. And I think Pau Gasol and Chris Bosh are better than Kevin Love. So.
Okay, but he was the number 3 on that team, right? You would say Kyrie was better than Chris Bosh or Pau Gasol, right? Different players, different positions, but so it's a good conversation. Mike did it with Pippen, and then I mean you saw those teams. I mean, Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was a good shooter. Right, but you're probably right. He's probably going to finish third. He's probably going to finish third.
Kobe's a great, no doubt about it. But he didn't, like the Lakers were good. Like the Lakers had Shaq. Like, and he came in as a young guy.
The first time.
Developed into.
Yeah. And the other thing you said, and I didn't look at you, and I don't know if you rolled your eyes or not, but I know this argument doesn't sit well with you. That Kobe stayed with his team and through all that, and Mike stayed with that they're both one team for their career guys. Now, the Wizard thing, okay, he ended with the Wizards, but whatever.
Yeah.
And the fact that LeBron's jumped around just trying to form super teams. The old school guys, and I think Tommy might be north of 50, that demographic is always going to lean Kobe and Mike. Simply because of that fact, because they didn't just jump around looking to put together all-star teams. Now they stayed at home trying to put together.
They stayed at home and had an all-star team.
Yeah. But that factor is always going to be generational.
That's going to change it absolutely. Because by the way, Shaq joined the Lakers from the Magic, so
they trade for him, right?
Yeah. No,
was he a free agent?
I think he was free agent.
All right. Yeah, I think you're right.
So I'm not, and that's just. Yeah, it's the old school feel.
Yeah.
That if Dwayne Wade would have signed in Cleveland,
that would have been a different story. No, if those guys would have gone to Cleveland and joined him, that would have been a different story. If he'd have been loyal to him, and even more so him, like his story. Let me just tell you something. And there's this image, and what Tommy just called and said he's a schmuck, and I got the text that he's the biggest bleep ever. And okay, if LeBron would have done all this in Cleveland, let's say he was in Cleveland for the last 2 decades. The state where he was brought up, down the road from Akron, Ohio, a depressed sports fandom, right? A sports base that has won nothing until they won recently. And those guys went there, and he did it there in his home state in front of his home fans and brought them this joy. He would be thinking, I firmly believe this.
It'd be different.
Universally differently. Universally different, not just in Cleveland different, but look what LeBron did, and he did it there, and he did it, and there is something. Look at some of the most revered athletes of all times, right?
special. It is.
It's a one. They're not now. Not all of them. Not all of them. Bonds was a 2. Well, he's not revered. Jeter, Cal Ripken, Tony Gwynn, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
What do they all have in common? Bill Russell. What do they all have in common? Aside from the Washington Wizards, they all were one uniform guys.
Yeah, the Wizards, people don't even factor that in.
No, it shouldn't be factored in because
it was like him having fun. Like, oh, I'll play some basketball tomorrow.
It was silly. There's something to it, you know.
There is, but then at what point in time do you look at the Cavs and say the best you did was Junis Ilgauskas and
absolutely it's on them.
They didn't do
absolutely, but that's the story isn't the story. The perception is the story. Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story now.
It's not like the Lakers had trouble acquiring players.
I don't know, Bob. You're a free agent. You're a young, rich superstar in your 20s. You want to go to LA or you want to go to Cleveland? Where you want to go? Where you want to live?
Exactly.
LA. Exactly. We're going to the phones. When we get back, we'll wrap this thing up strong. Opening drives on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradies.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to the Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
It's amazing when we start having these conversations about LeBron. So John says LeBron is the Bill Belichick of the NBA, Jeff. We've been hearing about LeBron since 2001 and 2. Great specimen, great individual talent, zero in capital letters charisma. His demeanor and the way he carries himself is a huge turnoff. His Miami experiment was a joke. He's full of himself like Edward, just not as likable. Tired of the dude. Huh?
Yeah, and this is one that has me so torn, because I was on the other side. I was that dude, like,
yeah.
What do you dislike LeBron so much about? He does everything that you want. He wins. Every team he plays on is good. The one time the Cavs were below 500 was his rookie season, and they still won 35 games after winning 17 games.
Oh, that's right.
But it's just something the way he comes across. And I do believe there's an element LeBron does too much to be the superstar instead of just being himself, trying hard. Space Jam 2, everything outside of it. I think that I absolutely see that point the way you feel. Like maybe he's just not himself. He's doing too much to be the superstar that he is, that he doesn't have to do anything more. Like his game has done the talking for itself. But I will say I also just watched pretty much Michael Jordan do a 10-part docu-series on himself. And it's just not
he'd do it.
Himself.
Yeah, it was his
He had to say yes to all that.
He controlled it, yeah. Lenny, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hello, Lenny.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good.
Well, let's talk with Jordan first. He was only the 6th or 7th highest paid player on his team.
Jordan was?
Yeah, at one given time.
All right.
But he didn't win until he finally got Pippen and his help around him. So he didn't win anything the first 6 years.
That's right.
He didn't
That's
leave.
right. That's right. But he didn't leave.
Right. No, he didn't leave. That's why. But you got to remember one thing. If Jordan and them played in the era now with free agency and bouncing around, who's to say he wouldn't do the same thing?
Nobody's just saying it, but he didn't, and so nobody's to say he would or wouldn't. I mean, you just don't know. Would he or wouldn't he? I don't know.
No, but and then with LeBron, he had some crappy teams in Cleveland that he took to finals.
Okay.
Just couldn't get over the
That
hump.
Dellavedova team that he took to the final, right, when Kevin Love was hurt, right? Yeah.
You know, and the J.R. Smith, you know, and his gaps during the games. But, you know, everyone's mad because he put a team. The thing that hurt LeBron the worst was doing the Jim Gray interview. If he doesn't do that, people would have a different narrative about him now.
Yes. Yeah.
That was the stupidest thing you could have done.
Yep.
It was self-serving, and that was it. He cared about no one but himself. But is his attitude really any different than Kobe? You think Kobe off the court was a really congenial person? It's like watching a movie star on TV and meeting him in person, then you really see the real side of him.
So let me tell you the difference of perception in Kobe, okay? And you tell me if you agree with this. Because I think Kobe was the self-absorbed me superstar early, and it felt like Kobe evolved and became Tiger, Mickelson, right? Like where the younger players liked him and he embraced them instead of just I'm the king, I'm better.
Well, it got there when he wasn't the best in the game.
But he
okay,
wanted
but he
to
got
be
there.
the alpha
But he got
male,
there,
and he
right?
couldn't get along with Shaquille. Was it all on Shaquille?
No, look, absolutely, there's no way it was all on Shaquille. But those were two budding superstars who were super young. Like LeBron's 36 now, and I don't feel like his persona has evolved. And now whether he has or not is up for interpretation. But it
His
feels
persona
like
this year has gotten worse because this year he looks like a crybaby.
Okay.
With the play-in tournament and everything else.
But
that
he
was
did
to
all
his
that. Did
advantage
anybody do
last
that to
year,
him?
Now he's knocking it this year.
So did anybody do that to him, or is that
we're
him?
not even talking about whether he got the shot or not, and it's my decision with my family. He's doing all of this stuff, and then the league doesn't do anything against him when he goes to that event the other day for his tequila company.
That's right.
If it's any lower base player, that player is going into COVID protocols.
I believe that's right. But it's not. And I understand that there's different rules for that guy. There was different rules for Jordan. There was different rules for Shaquille. There was different rules for Kobe. Like, I get that. This is a hard one because we've never been in a pandemic, and you're telling me it's all about health and safety.
No, and then let me ask you this. And then one, did you get the snippet I sent you about Koepka and DeChambeau in the interview?
I don't know that I did, no.
Okay, you got to watch that. Where Koepka is getting an interview, and DeChambeau goes by.
Yeah, we were just talking about. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Yeah.
Okay. But one last thing. Do you think that Jordan, for his 1 year off, and he played baseball, wasn't related to some off-the-court activities?
No doubt. I absolutely do. I absolutely do.
Because I do, and I'm going to say I think it had to do something with gambling.
Okay.
So the NBA, to save face, said take a year off. We don't have to suspend you.
I
Go
agree
do
with
whatever and come back.
I think that probably happened. Yeah. So what do you want to do?
But Jordan at that time was the king on the court.
Okay.
But he played his game, and everyone fell in love with him. LeBron's never going to have that. The fans are either going to. He's like the Dallas Cowboys of the NFL, of the NBA.
Look, I'll give you this, and this is I respect his game, and he's never been in trouble, JJ. He's never been like, to your point on Jordan. I don't know if he got in trouble, but there was all the gambling stuff. He's never been arrested. He's never run afoul of rules and not even had a deflated basketball situation, right? I just it's a way people perceive him, a way it comes across, and it's and honestly, there's part of me that thinks he doesn't give a damn, but there's part of me that thinks it kills him.
It kills him because he wants to go down as the greatest player of all time,
and the most liked,
and his. And liked, but also the greatest. He wants to have in the conversation where there's no doubt he's above Jordan and Kobe.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen. It's just not going to get there.
And the thing is, with his Super Bowl, with his championship record, he still won 4 titles regardless. You can't take that away. But the teams that he took with Cleveland, I don't think any other player in the league at that time could take Cleveland to the finals.
So that's great. That's great. You're right. Okay.
So, and then one last thing. The Dodgers are playing good. The Padres are going to win the division.
I don't think that's right, but we'll see. We'll have this conversation when we get there. Padres are on a roll.
As long as Tatis can stop fumbling the ball, because he leads the league in ERA.
He's not a great. He makes it spectacular. He struggles with the routine. Yeah.
But yes, now JJ is only on the Padre bandwagon for 1 year, so I'll forgive him. He should be on him for long term.
He might end up there. All right, man.
All right, have a good one.
See you. Like I get it,
and there's no change in minds anymore. Like I'm not trying to. It's fascinating. Like the way people perceive LeBron, and they say, "Well, your championships don't actually matter." Look, you don't talk about other players that stayed somewhere. Like no one talks about Dan Marino as this. Oh, we love him because he stuck it out in Miami. He never won. No, they don't.
Yeah,
no, they don't.
He's considered the best quarterback.
We ever talk about Dan Marino? We talk about great quarterbacks.
Kind of. Yeah,
never.
Best, yeah. The best one that never won a Super Bowl. Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, says Dave. Jeff, Jordan did not play for one team his whole career. The Wizard thing counts as part of his career. You just said, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. You're right. You're right. I don't care if the narrative was it was for fun, ridiculous, what the guy still got excused for. And I'll finish this tomorrow, because we're out of time. No, you're right. People forget what Jordan did. People never mention the Colorado thing on Kobe. You're right. You're right. Because it's who you like. Thanks to Nate Davis, the Gladiators quarterback, for being with us. Jim Rome Show is next. Then you get some baseball isotopes in Oklahoma City at 11:45. The sports bar this afternoon at 4. And then we're back tomorrow morning with award-winning radio. You want to start at 7 a.m.?
Let's do it.
Robert Catt, good work today for the most part.
Thanks.
Hey, Aaron, great work as always on the ProView side. Have a good day.
What mess will LeBron make tonight?
Well, we'll talk about it in the morning because they play today. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.